All right, joining me right now on Free for All, the dynamic duo I'd like to call C&C, Clarence and Calvin. Clarence Hill of the Star-Telegram and Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News. Guys, how's it going? How was that media party the other night, Jerry's media party?
Well, first of all, Calvin can't talk about it because Calvin was not there. He was still back in Dallas. Something about budget cuts at the Morning News. I don't know if Channel 4 knows anything about that, but we're not even going to talk about that right now. The media party was great. Malibu, Nobu, the drinks are flowing, the food is flowing, and Jerry's talking.
All right, well, good to know.
Talking and talking.
We clearly missed out, but let's get to the Cowboys stuff. I'm going to kind of put you guys on the spot, but if each of you were to write a main headline for training camp right now, what would it be and why? Clarence, you go first.
The defense is dominant. Legion of Doom. Not Legion of Boom in Seattle, Legion of Doom. And Micah Parsons is wrecking camp every day.
Okay, I like that.
I would say, he got corrected by Dan Quinn the other day about that. But for me, in the 2 days that I've seen practices, I would say Micah Parsons is a superstar. And that,
breaking news.
I'm always breaking news around here.
Two-time Super Bowl, two-time All-Pro, and he's a superstar. Who knew?
But this is what he does, and this is what you expect him to do. There is no drop-off in him. You know, he worked out in the offseason. We talked to him about how he got bigger because he's going to withstand the punishment he's going to take. He's going to get double-teamed. We're going to move him all around. He's like a positionless player. And he's showing that here in training camp. He's making your boy Tyron Smith look like an old man. That's what he's doing.
Tyron Smith is an old man.
Maybe so.
That leads me to my next question, guys. Hello. Do you guys think this defense has the capability to be elite this season?
No question. I think the defense was elite last year. Remember, you know, we keep forgetting the fact that the Cowboys have led the league in turnovers the past 2 seasons. The first team to do that in back-to-back seasons since the steel curtain of the 1970s, okay? You know, this has been an elite defense. They've been a top 5 type defense. You know, there are some people that think they can be the best defense in the league. And you look at this secondary, I think it takes a back seat to none, in addition of Stephon Gilmore to playing across from Trevon Diggs, the 3 safeties. Individually, they may not be the best safety in the league, but as a trio, they're as good as any. And then that defensive line, certainly with Micah and DeMarcus Lawrence, and then you add Mozzie Smith to play next to Hankins to stop the run. That's the thing that was the Achilles heel for that defense. When they slowed down in the middle of the season last year, they struggled. They couldn't stop the run. That's why they stopped. That's why they drafted Mozzie Smith in the first round. I've always said you can't be a great defense without a horse in the middle. Well, they got a big horse in the middle now.
You know, Dan Quinn might be the best coordinator in the National Football League right now. When you look at what he's been able to do with these pieces, I mean, when you think about in the draft, when they drafted Micah Parsons, who fell to the Cowboys, because, you know, as we all know, the Cowboys wanted to get a cornerback. So they get Micah Parsons, and he has just exploded on the scene. Dan Quinn turned down opportunities to become a head coach for the last 2 years to stay right here, and you can see, as Clarence said, they've led the NFL in takeaways the last 2 seasons, and a lot of that's because of Dan Quinn. And, you know, when he was in Seattle, you wonder, can he get that type of defense somewhere else? As you know, he was a head coach in Atlanta, couldn't do that. Now he's the DC here in Dallas, and I think he's on his way to maybe even surpassing how great of a defense that was in Seattle.
Or you only can do that if you win Super Bowls. That was a Super Bowl defense. Okay, let's put away the Norton Oils yet. Okay, we're not.
They won 3.
We cannot say surpassing Seattle
we're talking about
without
just the defense.
Holding a trophy. That's part of it. Yes. Those Seattle teams, the Super Bowl lineage they had there was built on those defenses.
The offense cost them another Super Bowl. Remember the Russell Wilson throw?
Okay, we're not talking.
You know, I mean, it's not the defense's fault, right? It's not my fault.
Okay, it's not your fault, but the bottom line is
got for him points on the board.
What you're saying about Dan Quinn and what he's doing and adding to this defense is correct. He is a special defense coordinator. But when you start talking about surpassing Seattle, you got to pump your brakes until they win a title.
All right, pump the brakes there, Calvin. More Cowboys talk on the other side of the break. C&C. Stay with me. We're right back after this.